For all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. It's good to see you.
And I'm Candace Bailey. Thank you guys. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles. On the show today, extreme surfer Mark Visser is here. He is the only man to surf the legendary Jaws in Maui at night.
It is hard to balance on a shark. That is impressive.
Not on the shark.
He said he surfed Jaws.
You know what I mean. And Jay and Silent Bob are here to review this weekend's new movie, including Thor on a new segment we call Cinema Enema.
Plus, speaking of cinematic enemas, Chris Gore is here for DVD Tuesday. He's got Blue Valentine, Black Death, and Daydream Nation to review, so I'm sure it'll be one happy time. Then Attack rookie Grace Helbig loses her AOTS cherry with Andy Samberg and The Lonely Island. She's going to have a serious discussion about banging moms. So, welcome to the team, Grace. Yes.
Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
Hey, you want to go around the internet?
Yes.
In number 5, we have an important message for all of you motocross kids.
Gravity is a harsh mistress.
You have to look for the logo in the corner on those videos, because if it was like a Nitro Circus logo, maybe he's a millionaire. It was a Break logo, which says he just drinks through a straw and eats through a straw. And that's about it. That's why you wear a helmet, guys. That's it.
Remember, not wearing a helmet leads to brain damage.
Yes, which leads to watching American Idol.
And nobody wants that.
You're welcome. That's called a solid. We just did that for you.
Hipsters. They love taking the old-timey approach to things. You've got a coffee machine, they've got a French press. You've got a 12-speed bike, they ride fixed gear.
Hey.
You're clean-shaven, they have some ridiculous 18th century mutton chops.
And now, it looks like they're taking hipsterism into the world of college note-taking.
I was just copying the kind of speed. It doesn't do that.
I'm so
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great and all, but I saw a guy wheel a Gutenberg printing press into his lecture.
Well, I actually saw a guy taking notes in an illuminated manuscript.
Wow.
So,
Oh, yeah? Okay.
yeah.
I saw a guy take notes with a stone and chisel.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. That's really
Right?
cool. Not as cool as the guy that I saw taking notes by painting pictographs on a cave wall. So I win.
Hey, I want something.
No,
Give me something.
no, you're not getting. You lost. There you go. You get pale face.
What the hell is pale face?
I don't know.
Get it off.
None of us know. But you got it. So congrats.
Thank you for pale face. I will rock the pale face.
You will. Today's number 3 is brought to us by delayed flights.
Strange things start to happen when you're trapped in an airport terminal.
Final call for passengers of Air France and Delta Airlines flight AF1383 to Paris Gate D.
I love that. That's amazing. That's like better than getting drunk at the airport bar.
Well, how do you think they actually got the idea to do that in the first place?
Ah, touche.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aha.
Speaking of getting drunk in airports, Candace?
Yes. I am Candace.
Right. Do we not have the photos of her getting sloshed in the airport? Can we get those by the end of the show?
I'm so sure.
You
I don't
haven't-
get drunk at airports.
What?
I don't do it.
When-
And
when-
at number 2 today.
Wait, but that was the excuse you used for missing my birthday. So
Getting drunk at the airport? No, I was stuck at the airport because I was because the flights were really
because you were
delayed.
getting drunk.
I actually no, I was
That's
not
why.
getting drunk. I was tired.
What?
I was not at an airport getting drunk because
You were not. You look into the camp. Look into the eyes of America, and you tell them that you were not getting hammered at the airport. Go ahead.
I was not getting hammered.
Pale face her! Pale face her! She is a liar! I don't care what you know. You run. You sit there. You take it. You take that pale face. You take the pale face. You have lied. Yeah.
Excuse me.
I will try to dig up the photos, but Candace really was drunk and missed my birthday.
photos
so
of
it's
me
fine.
at the airport, but I wasn't drunk.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough. And at number 2 today, you know that TV show Glee about all those happy singing, dancing teenagers? First off, I wasn't even invited to your birthday party. So, do you really want to go there? Do you really want to go to the birthday party?
Actually, that
this
is
year?
that's entirely true. She was not invited. All right. So.
Pale face!
What? No! You did not. You did not pale face. No! Thank you. Thank you. What?
Pale hair! Yay!
No!
Pale face! Pale face! Pale face! Pale face!
All right. Do you often Nordic track when you're celebrating? By the way, none of us really know what pale face means. Like, I swear to God, we have no idea how that really made it to air, but it did.
You came up with it, right?
Sort of. I mean, you don't really come up with it, but it happened.
This is a
So,
fun
in at number
show,
2 today,
guys.
you said something about Glee,
Yes,
right?
yes, all those
happy,
happy,
dancing,
yes,
singing.
teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers. Here's the Eastern Bloc version of Glee, but it's set to some upbeat, imported American-style hip-hop.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was an encore presentation of You Got Served Kiev Edition.
Yeah. Next week, watch them dance fight over a ration of irradiated wheat. I love like an America's Best Dance Crew for foodstuffs. That's awesome. Still ahead, we're actually going to play dead in today's number 1.
The worst Toy Story movie you've ever seen is coming up next.
The worst? Worse than
The
Cars?
The worst.
Cars was pretty bad.
Toy Story.
Today's ATN featured a bone-breaking bike fail. So tell us, what's the name of this high-flying BMX trick? Tweet us your responses at AOTS, #OMGROFLOL. If we flip for your response, we'll feature it on Friday's show.
I'd say there really isn't anything more important to the success of Around the Net than a dependable set of bad parents.
That's true. You know, someone raised without good common sense is 80% more likely to find themselves in a number 5 video. I'm so sure that's me. And over 12 times as likely to end up in great moments in de-evolution.
Yeah, that one's me. But every once in a while, a little bit of questionable parenting pays off right away, like in today's number 1 item.
What is that you have there, Thea?
A squirrel. It's dead.
You have a dead squirrel, huh?
Uh-huh. Whee! Look at this baby squirrel. Want to touch him? He's my friend.
All right, Thea, we gotta put the squirrel down and we gotta go take a bath now.
Look
at me.
your hair.
It's giving kisses. You know, it's all fun and games until someone gets the plague.
Well, if the squirrel was freshly killed, which it looked like it was, she's
Yeah.
probably safe from that. But I think
Okay.
what she should be more concerned about are the squirrel's liquefied innards leaking from its orifices after it loses control of its sphincter muscles. I mean, that's...
Oh my God.
I know. I'm concerned as well. I mean, once you evacuate this world, you evacuate the bowels. We know this. The humans and squirrels
Okay.
alike.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
You could just whipping that thing around and you're just
Okay.
spraying a living room.
To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/you'reonthenet.
It's just science.
Thank you.
Speaking of,
Heard enough.
Cinema Enema. It's the name of a new and very special look at current movie releases.
Here's Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith talking about Thor and some other stuff.
Welcome to Cinema Enema. I'm Kevin Smith.
And I'm Jason Mewes.
Every week we're going to try to talk to you about movies that are coming out, movies that you might be interested in. Nothing with Julia Roberts in it, unless Julia Roberts was playing Mystique.
Oh.
Could you imagine?
That'd
A
be
middle-aged Mystique. Somewhere Julia Roberts' heart is breaking
Black
hearing
Cat.
that. And she's like, middle-aged. Oop, they bleed me. Anyway, listen, let's talk about the movie that we saw yesterday. You and I actually went to a cinema and saw a picture, a moving picture. What was it?
Thor.
Oh, we were Thor after that movie. We were way into it. Before we talk about the movie, let's talk about the trailers we saw. We saw a trailer for X-Men First Class. This is an X-Babies movie, like the Muppet Babies version of X-Men, when they were all young and when they met and stuff. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, meet Professor Xavier, and you're like, hi, like kind of
I
like.
can walk.
Yes, that's right. It was the
Yeah.
trailer where he's walking around and stuff. What I really dug about it was very cool, and he won't say it, but I will. Cuban Missile Crisis, dude. It's a period comic book movie. Looks like it takes place during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Was there such a thing?
I knew it. I knew it.
Well-
Yes, dude. So at least they're taking a historical stance on the comic book thing. And I thought that was kind of cool. The other trailer we saw was for no use on that whatsoever. Did you see do you remember the Green Lantern trailer?
Yes, I do.
Can you help
that
me
was
out
great.
there?
Well, he's sitting there and he's talking.
I don't want you to retell the story. What do you think about it?
I thought it was good.
You looking forward to it?
Yes.
What is it
Some
about
of it looks a little. It looks amazing.
Ooh, I heard some dissension in there.
Well,
What do
I
you
mean,
mean?
I think
Something
it's-
looks a little
again,
what?
it's
You could
amazing,
do
but-
better? Where's your Green
I
Lantern
couldn't
movie?
do better.
Yeah, well, shut up.
I
No,
mean,
what
it
do you
looks cool with the big things spinning and they're up in the thing. And
Don't try to get a job now. It's too late. Movie's done. I think it looks cool, Martin Campbell.
I could be like,
What'd you think of the
"Ta!"
trailer?
and get the suit on. Remember when he goes, Tessa?
Let's talk about Thor.
Yes.
I liked it quite a bit.
I
I had
enjoyed it.
no idea that I would enjoy a Thor movie as much as I did. I went in with low expectations. I don't care about Thor one iota, and they made me care. Not like a whole bunch where I'm like, oh my God, I'd give a kidney to Thor. But I enjoyed watching it. I thought Kenneth Branagh did a really nice job. I think it was a smart choice because there was a lot of, verily, forsooth, and we are a kingdom. A lot of kings and stuff like
Odin,
that.
you're talking about, right?
Yeah. You saw it. You were there.
I know.
What'd you
Just
like
kidding.
about it?
I liked all of it. I liked.
You were just like,
I like the
he
pretty
picked up the
colors.
hammer and he flew. He kept bugging me during the movie, going like, can he fly without the hammer in the comics? And I'd be like, shut the
I didn't say that. I knew that, but I didn't know about the thing that span and shot him to Earth. Like I don't want to give away anything.
I don't think you're spoiling it. You had some issues with the movie. You were talking about you didn't believe in the romance. I back you up on it. I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I, too, had a little problem with it. I thought she fell in love with this dude way too quickly. It was more lust. It wasn't love. That's the thing. Like, I had a problem with it because I'm a fat man watching this movie going, she can't love him? She
He's too
barely knows him.
sexy.
And then I realized it wasn't love. It was lust. She's like, I don't love this dude.
Yeah,
I just want him in my...
I would have shirt off. And he's like,
I would have slept with this guy. I like her.
wanted to, too.
I too was a little bit in love with him. I was like, look, he's an idiot, but I love him because he's hot.
It was
Thor
hot.
was hot, much hotter than I
I didn't
expected
have
to
a
be.
problem with the romance so much. I was saying that she went from like, I don't know, and then all of a sudden he had the hammer and the costume, and she's like, oh, this is what you normally look like? And he's like, yeah, and she's like, cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was all about his big hammer that he rocks.
So it didn't make sense to me. She's a woman of science. And all of a sudden, like after like 3 days hanging out with this dude, she's just like, I'd do anything for him. I'm gonna track him down across the stars. And really, it was all about just like, I just want his hammer right in my hand.
Science is
Whosoever
magic.
picks up Mjolnir in my mouth.
Science is magic is the word. That's what it's all about.
What do you mean?
Science is magic. Magic is science.
And?
Right?
What are you talking about?
That's what it is, because she's all about science
Yeah.
and he's about magic.
Oh,
and technically
I
science
follow.
is magic.
Yeah. Together.
that.
You're gonna learn some stuff at
Yeah.
the cinema this summer. And then hopefully you've learned some stuff sitting here listening to us talk, man. This has been Cinema Enema. Your cinema has now been thoroughly enemaed by me, Kevin Smith.
Jason Mewes.
Check us out at JayandSilentBob.com and Smodcast.com every morning on Jay and Silent Bob. Get jobs at Smodcast.com.
Awesome. Thank you guys for doing that.
If you've got a vintage iPad model, you've probably got some iPad envy. iPad 2 envy.
Yes, more
Excuse me,
specifically.
yes.
But no need to drop cash on an upgrade when you can just go hack yourself instead.
Go hack yourself.
While the iPad 2 might be the tablet to get, there's still lots of life left in that original iPad. Add a smart cover, install iMovie, and more with these 3 quick hacks. Even though it's made for the iPad 2, you can retrofit a smart cover onto an original iPad. This video from designer Dan Provost of StudioNeat.com proves that it can be done with nothing more than a few powerful rare earth magnets and some super glue. You can get these magnets from KandJMagnetics.com for less than $5. Dan says they naturally line up on the smart cover on their own, and when they do, mark their position and glue the magnets down. Now, this is permanent, so make sure you do it right the first time. For an even cleaner solution, Studio Neat's Tom Gerhardt created an inexpensive 3D printed part that you can purchase on Shapeways.com. After you glue 20 compatible circular magnets to the plastic spine, size it up and glue the strip to your iPad. Instant smart cover! Now, why didn't Steve Jobs think of that? Oh, another thing your first generation iPad can't do is iMovie. Apple won't even let you install it. But don't worry, we found a hack for that as well. First, purchase iMovie for iPad through the iTunes App Store on your computer. Now, download and run Apple's free iPhone configuration utility for the Mac or PC. It lets you manually add and remove programs on any iDevice. First, add the iMovie app, then select your iPad, scroll down to iMovie, and click the install button. That's it. Now launch iMovie and start editing videos right on your iPad. To actually get clips into iMovie, you need to record video using an iPhone or other compatible camera. Then transfer the clips with Apple's iPad Camera Connection Kit. All right, now get ready for an iPad trick that will really turn heads. You can enable multi-touch gestures that close running apps, reveal the taskbar, and switch between apps, all without jailbreaking your iPad. And here's how. Purchase and install Xcode, Apple's developer suite from the Mac App Store. It's $5, and we think it's worth it, especially if you want to make your own iPad apps. Once Xcode's installed, connect your iPad and select Use for Development in the Organizer window. Disconnect your iPad, open the Settings window, and flip on the Multitasking Gestures option. Now, simply swipe 4 fingers up to bring up the taskbar, swipe with 4 fingers left or right to switch between running apps, and pinch 4 or 5 fingers together to close a running app. Once you start using gestures, you'll never know how you lived without them. All it takes is a few easy hacks to make your iPad better than ever before. So get hacking.
Yeah! That's awesome. Still kind of want the iPad 2, though.
Yeah, me too. Stupid Steve Jobs.
Oh.
Stupid Steve Jobs?
It's all right.
Is that better?
No, it's all right. He's going to pale face you. Still ahead, the feds are targeting over 20,000 torrenters. Andy Allo will tell you if you're going to have to pay up.
Plus, Andy Samberg and the Lonely Island Show off their turtleneck and chain. And maybe service some milks while they're at it. And later, extreme surfer and body hacker Mark Visser will join us.
What happens next?
This badass priestess is surrounded by some baddies known as the Familiars. So what happens next? Does she jump out of the way and the motorcycles collide? Does she kill both Familiars in one fell swoop? Or do they succeed in capturing her? We'll have the answer after the break.
All right, this is a shuffleboard upskirt. That's what we need to play. Hot girls in skirts playing shuffleboard with flip cams so they can go like this. Brilliant! Segment made.
What happens next?
this badass priestess is surrounded by some baddies known as the Familiars. So what happens next? Does she jump out of the way and the motorcycles collide? Does she kill both Familiars in one fell swoop? Or do they succeed in capturing her? Priest opens in theaters Friday.
That was pretty freaking crazy.
Motorcycle faced. Guess what?
What?
We got a Twitter wall, and there's words on it. I'm not finished. We're gonna read it.
Yay!
It's a lot easier to turn this way. Enigma Girl says Cinema Enema on AOTS with that Kevin Smith and Jay Muse. Is that a regular thing now? Cool.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he already said. Yeah. It is every week.
Once a week?
Assuming they show up and they're clothed, yes, the segment will air. So we're very happy to have that here as well.
Yay.
But now guess what?
What?
It's time for the news.
Here's Andy Allo. Thanks, guys.
Real quick. Can we just get a close up of Andy real quick? You guys get in there? Pale face!
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right now, it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Tuesday, May 10th, and here are your top stories. In a surprise move, Microsoft announced today that they're buying Skype. What? Even though both Google and Facebook were rumored to be in talks with the video chat and VoIP juggernaut, Redmond's $8.5 billion offer won out. Skype's user base is 170 million strong, and now you can expect it to make its way to everything from Windows phones to Xbox Connects. With Connects, you know, that Connect thing. Anyway, so now I can remotely watch someone playing Dance Central. Yay. Do you torrent movies? Let's hope not, because the U.S. Copyright Group is about to send out 23,000 subpoenas or more to people who illegally downloaded just one movie. The case is actually the single largest legal action against torrenters in U.S. history, and specifically targets those who downloaded last year's ensemble action flick, The Expendables. If you're caught, damages can reach $150,000 per infringement. All in all, the feds are targeting over 140,000 torrenters for downloading movies and, of course, porn. Which means I think I owe my lawyer a call. And finally, in the future, we'll all be driving flying cars and eating Taco Bell in pill form. But we will also be charging our phones just by talking to them. Really, really loudly. Researchers in South Korea say they've discovered a technique that converts the energy of sound waves into electricity. Unfortunately, at this stage, it's not really practical. The ratio of decibels to energy output would mean you'd have to yell into your phone to get enough juice to power the device. Your voice would have to reach 100 decibels, the level of loud traffic, just to get like a paltry 50 millivolts. But I don't know what a millivolt is, so it doesn't really matter. So, which is enough to power nothing. So thanks, scientists. I'm Andy Allo, and you've just been fed. Now over to you guys.
Thanks, Andy! Love it. I love it.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you. She's like 2 feet away.
The patron saints of making it on YouTube are back with their second album done in a studio, which is kind of cool.
AOTS rookie Grace Helbig met up with SNL's The Lonely Island to talk mom sex.
Sure.
Hi, I'm John Waters, and this is The Creep.
This May, SNL favorite and viral video sensation The Lonely Island returned with Turtleneck and Chain, the follow-up to the 2009 platinum debut Incredibad. And this time, they brought an even more eclectic roster of guest talent. You guys are reviving the music video on the internet. It's amazing.
Mission accomplished. Thanks for noticing. That was our goal.
It's amazing. What kind of advice do you give to people that are trying to get back into doing music videos?
Calisthenics.
Don't pay for it yourself.
Hydrate.
Gatorade
40
or
cardio,
water?
40
I
weights.
go water, but you can do whatever.
This album, Moms and So would you say that you might have some sort of Oedipus complex?
Oh my God, you're on fire right now.
Oh my God. I took a psychology class in college for a semester.
Moms are funny and funny.
And together, they've made you.
Just because you have kids doesn't mean you're not sexy.
Exactly.
My mom hated it.
Is your mom not sexy?
She's pretty sexy. She's a sexy lady.
I don't want to talk about that in front of you. Plug your ears.
Okay.
Earmuffs.
She is crazy hot.
What?
We want to thrice way with her.
Every Mother's Day needs a mother's night. If doing it is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What is it about white boy rappers that makes it so non-threatening?
I find Eminem quite threatening. You wouldn't be scared of Eminem?
If there were 3 M&Ms, that might be a little.
That would scare you more.
I think so, yeah.
Do the creep. And do the creep.
Let's talk about the creep a little bit.
Okay,
It's kind of a dance craze that takes the Humpty Dance and like To Catch a Predator. One.
Very astute.
Yeah, I've been analyzing it for days.
That's a great way of putting it.
And so how did that come about?
Yeah, we were just like, how can we perv out and also do our job at the same time?
Have you ever had sex? I haven't felt great. It felt so good when I did it with my penis.
I just had sex.
How was
Nice.
it?
Awesome. Wah, wah. So how did you guys start to approach such a sensitive topic?
We wanted a song to play at weddings right after the couple consummates.
You guys have really thought this through.
Yeah.
It's the perfect wedding.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect wedding. Why we thought of it.
Assuming you're still into consummation at your wedding.
Say hell yeah.
I am a huge fan of the fresh beets. I wanted to ask you because the beets are so fresh.
Right, so fresh.
So fresh, like you gotta eat them the day of or
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah,
go bad. Sometimes it overrides the singing, so I was wondering if maybe you could do a cappella of I Just Had Sex.
Remix.
I was having sex with a friend of mine. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
With fresh beats and hilarious lyrics, give your mom the gift that she never wanted. Turtleneck and Chain is out this May and is bound to be on countless Desert Island playlists.
And I don't have an STD.
And sex. Akon.
Those guys are funny. When new movies hit store shelves, we can officially declare the time-honored event known as DV Doomsday. Welcome back to the Expert Chris Gore.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, Candace. Thank you.
All right. What's up first?
First, we have Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine.
Okay, now normally I wouldn't expect you to like a relationship drama like this, but you really enjoyed this film, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, Ryan Gosling, he's so fantastic.
So hot.
Yeah, I think you have a crush on him.
I think I do.
Yeah, you definitely have a crush on him. But he's been great in everything, even if the movie's not good. This is amazing. Really, what it's about the beginning of their relationship and the end of their relationship, and you kind of see them contrasted, kind of meeting in the middle. It's a little like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, well, if you love that, you'll definitely love this. It's a more realistic version, sort of less distracting special effects. And also very hot, very sexy. This movie was originally rated NC-17 for an oral sex scene.
Yes.
But, you know, they pushed back in the Academy and they got the R. And well worth it.
Well, I mean,
Well
we've
worth it.
seen that in like Black Swan, and that was an R.
We've
right?
seen it. You know,
We've seen it many times.
We've done it in real life. It happens, folks. Those kinds of things really happen.
How are the extras?
I'm saying in our general real lives, not
extras.
Extras. There's a great way to get me stopped talking about that. Yeah, the extras are great. The commentary by the directors is fantastic. I mean, he's been trying to get this movie made for 7 years, and the actors actually all moved in together in a house for a couple weeks to kind of get to know each other,
cool.
make home movies, which is, I think, what gives it that realistic feel. So I just love this film. Can't rave about it enough.
So bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it. Blue Valentine.
I will.
Great romantic,
I'm dying to
realistic
see
romantic
it.
film.
Okay, what's our next DVD?
Black Death.
What is the Black Death?
It's basically set during the bubonic plague in the 14th century in Europe when half the population was wiped out. And these knights are on a quest led by Sean Bean, who we've seen in Lord of the Rings. And during this quest, they encounter some people that don't believe in God. They're heathens. And they're kind of tricked and taken captive. And There is horrific stuff in this in terms of the fighting. I mean, really brutal.
Is it really
stuff.
gory?
It's really gory. In fact, there's a scene, you don't get to see quartering a lot in a film. This has the most gruesome quartering. Yeah, when you're drawn and quartered, you get a couple horses, you take your arms and legs and just pull them out of their sockets. It's gross.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I quite loved it just for its realism and the action's amazing.
Do you think it would be too much for me to watch?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay.
I do not think you should watch it.
Thank you for telling me that.
Really gross.
Thank you for your honesty. What's the bottom line?
But awesome. Buy it.
Buy
Sean
it.
Bean, really gone.
You guys should buy it.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we have to check out?
We have Daydream Nation.
Now, this film stars Kat Dennings, who is pretty funny in Thor.
Well, not just pretty, she's pretty and funny. That's what I like about her. Yeah, but what's cool about this is she's this high school kid, moves from a big city to a small town where there are a series of murders, and she kind of gets it on with her teacher. She's got a thing for older dudes. You know,
I can tell by this clip.
I meet girls that are kind of like that sometimes, but you know, it's but with this, things go completely awry. They go completely crazy. Candace, you're not even faking that well. You're not even faking that well. Even I don't believe it. Anyways, I really liked her in other films like Charlie Bartlett and whatnot. So Kat Dennings is great, and it's definitely like a chick flick that guys I think would be into. There's a great scene where she gets called a slut in the bathroom, and she yells at this girl explaining why the word slut is stupid for a girl to call another girl, and I felt dirty overhearing it. There was no sex, but it's like a real insight into how chicks think, and I want to know those things.
All right,
I want to know how
interesting.
chicks
All right.
think.
So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it. Definitely worth seeing.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Thanks, Chris. For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. You're awesome.
Thanks.
Now over to Kevin.
You made yourself uncomfortable with your own ad-lib.
Yes, I did.
That was awesome. Stay tuned. Extreme surfer Mark Visser is here. He's going to talk about night surfing with a high-tech custom LED vest. It's surfing of the future, people. Crazy future.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Priest, in theaters Friday.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. 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 You lose.
Wow, dude, what's scarier than surfing? Surfing 40-foot waves in the dark, which makes Mark Visser a certified badass. Woo!
Please put your non-daring girly hands together for pro surfer Mark Visser, everybody. You're a real dude. Thanks, You're the real deal, man. Why do you hate life so much? Let me start there. Like, why do you just want to end yours so quickly?
Mate, I love what I do, and I do it with passion, and I do it to the best of my ability.
Yeah, it's really not the kind of thing you can do half-assed because you'll die. I saw a YouTube clip of you. It's pitch black. There's a helicopter lighting the water, and you're surfing. How big is this? There's the clip there. What is this? And what compelled you to do this?
This project was called Operation Night Rider, and basically I challenged myself in the process of, was it possible to ride big waves at night? The theory was that it wasn't, and the safety elements around it said that it couldn't be done. Mm-hmm. And basically it was a 3-year process on trying to figure out if it could be achieved, and that's basically what it was.
So now, what's the thing about waves at night? Do you have to like sneak up on them? Are they are they larger? They don't see it coming?
Being at night is everything. To ride a huge wave in the daytime is quite scary, and the risks in that alone are massive. So put it into night, and every safety element is out the window. Literally every single thing. See, when you're in a big wave, you've got to react to what happens. Your senses are like, you've got to straight away switch on to what happened.
Right.
So at night, you just forget that, and you've got to go off instinct, and it's one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life.
I love that that's the fundamental difference. Like, yeah, big waves during the day, incredibly dangerous, incredibly tough. We're going to do it at night. Why? Because it's that much more insane. Because it's literally that much more deadly. What was some of the behind-the-scenes stuff? Did you go to, like, Raging Waters for a couple weeks and get in their wave pool and make sure you got your balance right?
No, the things we did, we had a team behind us of experts in every field. My dive coach, he was like third best in the world. World for free diving, and the Special Forces commandos and people like that. They're all helping from every angle, and they flew us in a helicopter out to sea, miles out to sea at 9:30 at night, and dropped me off and said, "Make your own way back in."
What?
Yeah, just to make me be comfortable with being in the dark. And it took me 4 hours to paddle back, and there was supposed to be a safety boat nearby to know where I was, and they lost me straight away. And I thought they were playing a trick on me, and I thought, yeah, they're just around there.
Good one, guys. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm actually drowning now. Let's go with the boat. Okay, no boat? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, they built underwater caves and put me in them blindfolded and taught me how to, blow a bubble, and if it went up my face or down my face, how to spin myself around, and just everything that would scare the hell out of you, they did it to me on purpose.
Wow. You single-handedly make David Blaine look like the biggest pussy I've ever seen in my life. That's incredible. I'm gonna just stand here for a week in this ice block. No. You're underwater in a cave and using your own breath to try to tell the difference between up and down.
Yeah, and they also made me free dive 100 foot on a wreck in the night as well, just to swim down through darkness and know that you can't see the bottom, you don't know where that is, and just trust that. You've set a task, this is what you got to do, and just stick to it. And that was all about, I guess, building a team and, understanding what the team says and to back your decisions. So when I got stuck in a situation where I was really uncomfortable and scared, I thought, went back to my training.
And what about the technology? Like the people are one thing, but you had to have special technology to actually accomplish this.
Well, that's right, and they were part of our team as well. We had, some awesome light engineers that came in and, developed like a 24 bulb LED thing that was strapped to my back. And the actual theory behind it was I couldn't have any light projecting forward, and if it did, I would be blinded. So I actually rode the waves.
Because it was going to reflect off the water back in your eyes? Or?
Anything near my eyes. So a lot of people actually had a misconception and thought the helicopter lit the wave up. It did for the last two, and that was when I actually got worked pretty bad. But no, the majority of the waves, I caught 12 that night, were all ridden in complete darkness. Wow. And the light was lighting up from my backpack, so the wave, as it went up, it lit it from behind. So where I was looking was pure darkness. And that was the way to achieve the task, because if there was any, an ignition light of a jet ski in the distance would blind me. Yeah, so I had to have nothing in front of me and then judge by the shapes and shadows.
To see you push yourself like that is just something I've really never seen before. So,
Thanks.
Mark, absolute pleasure to meet you. Mark Visser, everybody. You guys can follow him on Twitter or find him at markvisser.net.
That guy is crazy.
The dude's hardcore.
He is.
Yeah.
E3 is almost here.
Oh, my God!
Don't panic.
What?
Don't panic.
Oh, why should I not panic?
Well,
is that because starting June 6th, we're going to cover everything you need to know about the world's largest video game convention? Oh, I get it. We've got all the big announcements, hands-on game demos, probably some booth babes dressed as elves or naughty mechs. That's kind of hot. And tons of exclusives you won't get anywhere else. That is the meaning of exclusive.
Don't miss our week-long E3 2011 live coverage coming in June.
Visit g4tv.com/E3 for more details.
Coming up, some epic failures.
But first, here's an AOTS exclusive trailer for the bloody new medieval war movie Ironclad in theaters July 8th.
Only the weak believe that what they do in battle is who they are as men.
Any action against the throne must be punished ruthlessly.
This king must be stopped.
Are there any men willing to fight? I have a few men I can count on.
We have less than 20 men.
England is mine, Albany. God's will bestowed it unto me. This castle belongs to me! Take cover! Give them hellfire! Tell your rebels to open the gate! No surrender!
How's your faith now, Templar? Why don't you come a little closer? And I'll show you.
Who are you?
I'm the AOTS hippie. I'm that hippie and the gunner.
How do you keep your hair so smooth and nice?
Pantene.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Michael Rosenbaum joins us live in studio with his epic return to Smallville and his new show, Breaking In. Then Chris Hardwick rates the new 18-megapixel Canon Rebel DSLR in Gadgetron. And Morgan Webb returns to review the parkour shooter Brink in Game Break. See it tomorrow.
Hey, remember that the wall with tweets?
Yeah, I do.
It's still there.
It's right there.
It's still there. Yeah.
You want to check in?
Why don't you check in, Candace?
Okay.
Okay.
Yodobari288. Can we give a pale face to the Twitter wall? It seems to be the theme of the show today.
Wait,
I think we should pale face
We
it.
birthed the horse. We've now killed it, and let's kick it. Go ahead.
Pale
face. There you go.
I love the toot noise that goes with it. You know that saying, find a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck?
Yeah, it's a lie. Whenever you set like vehicular homicide to ragtimey tunes, it's just so much more adorable. Oh, he's dead.
Oh my gosh, she did it twice.
Yeah.
Who's feeling lucky now?
Not that guy. Fail him.
Both.
Oh, we're done with the epic pail. Many thanks to Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Chris Gore, Andy Allo, Mark Visser, Grace Helbig,